Here, do you want to hear a little secret? Now I've not got much to lose. Showbiz personality telling you a secret, yeah? I haven't had real cannabis for years. I've paid a lot of money for cannabis in recent years. I've not got any. When I started smoking cannabis, again, in the 1980s, 1986, you know, the year I went to Monte Carlo, Geneva, Hong Kong, China, People's Republic, Communist China, and Tibet, yeah. Well, I used my tripod to get pictures of me in the fake Buddhist temple that the Chinese had rebuilt to show they hadn't wiped everything out. Eh, Dalai Lama, eh? Yeah. Well, back at that time, when I had one puff of real weed, I was having mental experiences that were difficult to believe. And here, before you think it's just a mental condition, a mental health condition, I had a brother, an identical brain that had been, we backed up each other's personal information all through life. Every night before going to sleep, I would look from my bed over at him in his bed, writing up his diary, and we would discuss the matters of the day and the latest philosophical discoveries in our education, in school and outside school, because he was better at observing females than me. Yeah, and we were both getting the same effects, you know, the telepathy, premonition, clairvoyance, understanding things that seem big and mysterious to most people, and it seems simple as a Zen koan to a man that's just got high. And highness had no end to it, because every time you smoke real cannabis, you were enlightening yourself on something new. And it was inspiring you to act in ways that would change the world. Yeah, man. Strutting along the beach in Monte Carlo, and I look at this sign up there and it goes, no people with disfigured bodies, missing limbs, or skin conditions. You know, no ugly people allowed on this beach. Royal Beach, Monte Carlo, where I opened a bank account. I went into the Compagnie Monégasque de Banque, dressed all in white, and pretended to be making preliminary inquiries for a joint account, a numbered account. What's the rules, I asked. Well, you deposit the money in cash, you've got a number, you can quote that number at any time and have that money released to you. Right in. What's the minimum deposit, I said. His secretary's looking over at me thinking, what's his wealth, you know. Me, I'm just bluffing, I'm just thinking about James Bond books like Casino Royale. Bond went into the casino, that's the casino across the road from the bank, yeah, and he was going for Blofeld, wasn't he? And that's where Bond gets strapped to a wicker seat with no bottom on it so that it could be whacked on his naked ass from underneath. Eh, man? Yeah, and living out fantasies and acting out what I'd read in books. You know, I went to Hong Kong, having read Noble House and Taipan. And I went up the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, the highest building in town, and it opened an account. It was a Hong Kong savings account. You only had to put in 10 Hong Kong dollars. But it's an account open. You can send money to it from anywhere in the world. Yeah. And then I went up the Swire building. And I went up the Jordan Matheson building. And these are the two noble houses mentioned in Taipan, a noble house. The Swire, which is given another name in the book. Yeah. But I walked round in what had been just the subject of a novel where I didn't even have pictures, only my imagination. And I learned the history of the world. And I climbed up to the top of Victoria Peak where the satellite station was in 1986 and realised Hayward controls electro communications controls Hong Kong, innit? Yeah, the weed is not very good these days. You've been conned, kids. You better getting onto real cannabis and having mind-blowing experiences every time. You don't need to do very often or very much. It's not something you do regularly after getting pissed in the boozer. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that secret. I've been bluffing.